Bye brains! Being an adult is hard, which is probably why I decided never to be one. Let's review. Being an adult means having to do things you don't want to do. Adults have to be responsible, plan, prioritize, organize, make smart decisions. Kids have all the time in the world, no responsibilities, and they don't have to do anything unless somebody says so. But the problem with never growing up is you never get to be what you wanted to be when you grow up. I finally had to come to terms with the fact that I am an adult, and what I used to think of as being an adult is actually something called our executive function system at work. It's responsible for everything that the executive of a company would be responsible for. Planning, prioritizing, organizing, making good decisions so that you can accomplish what it is you set out to accomplish. The reason it's easy to associate these things with being an adult is that when you're a kid, your parents are your executive function system. They make all your decisions for you. When you're an adult, you've got to do it yourself. This can be challenging for those of us with ADHD because the executive function system is in the frontal lobe of our brain, the part affected by our ADHD. That's why we have trouble with time management, planning, organizing, staying focused on something long enough to actually get it done. What this doesn't mean is that we can't get things done or that we can't be successful. There are plenty of highly successful people with ADHD. What it does mean is our executive function system could use a little help. And what does every executive need? A secretary. Yeah, I can't afford a secretary either. So, second best option, a secretary. Some sort of task management system, which is just what fancy executives call a to-do list. I personally used to hate the idea of to-do lists because they felt really bossy. They'd get really overwhelming, and after a while, mine started to feel like the list of things I didn't get done. Turns out I was using it wrong. It's there to help you, but you're still the one in charge. Think of it this way. If you're a CEO and you have a secretary, you're the boss. You let your secretary know what you want to do, what to put on the schedule for today. You set up or cancel whatever you want. Your secretary is just there to help you keep track of what needs to be done so that you can focus on thinking and creating and making good decisions or bad decisions, whatever you want. So, what kind of secretary should you get? When you're choosing a secretary, it can be tempting to get the craziest, fanciest one you can Google, but I wouldn't recommend it. Your task management system shouldn't be more complicated than you are. Otherwise, it kind of defeats the purpose of making things easier. It's best to choose something that works the way you do. If you love technology, yeah, get an app that links to all your devices. If you love the feel of pen and paper, maybe that's a better choice for you. Whatever kind of secretary your brain prefers, here's a list of basic qualifications. Must be easily accessible. If you can't find your secretary when you need your secretary, that's not a good secretary. Easy to work with. If it takes too much time to explain to your secretary what needs to be done, you'll decide it's easier to remember yourself and then probably forget. Enjoyable to work with. If you don't like checking in with your secretary, chances are you won't, which means you won't be able to see what needs to be done if you've even told them at all. Affordable. Expensive does not mean better, and the more expensive secretaries tend to be more high maintenance. Fits your needs. If you really need to be reminded when something is due, you don't want a secretary that just waits for you to check in. Whatever you choose, remember, don't overload yourself. We tend to overestimate how much we can accomplish in a day, and this is not about you being perfect. This is not about you getting everything done. The easiest way to get fed up with a to-do list is to fill it up, and then you won't use it at all. So go easy on yourself. That's it for this week. I'd love to hear about your own experiences with your personal secretaries, which you've hired, which you've fired, and which you would give letters of recommendation. I've posted a few I like in the links below as well. If you like what I do and you want to learn more ADHD tips and tricks, like my page on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and subscribe. Bye, brains. Done. Take the rest of the day off.